This video is brought to you by the PhotoStick Mobile. The PhotoStick Mobile is a small thumb drive that instantly backs up all your video and photo files from most Android or iOS devices with one click. It's easy to use, and it does all the hard, time-consuming work for you. You ever miss that once-in-a-lifetime picture or video because your phone was out of storage space? Or what happened to those magical memories that were stored on your phone when you dropped it in the pool or your phone was stolen? Don't worry about losing those memories ever again. Just plug in the PhotoStick Mobile and hit Back Up Now. Click on the link in the description below to buy the PhotoStick Mobile and keep memories safe forever. FactsVerse presents Lonely 61-year-old waits in vain for birthday guests. Hopefully you won't make us wait in vain for you to click that like button. Hey, while you're here, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Being surprised on our birthday is something many of us truly enjoy and treasure. It can be a beautiful reminder that our families and friends not only love us but delight in giving us memories that we'll likely treasure for many years to come. Some of us prefer not to face something as startling and potentially stressful as a surprise birthday party, or any sort of surprise celebration for that matter. Even so, most of us still love to be completely taken aback and to have our expectations dramatically changed in the absolute best way possible. A surprise party that is truly a surprise, well, that's something we can look back on with great fondness for many years to come. On the other side of things, though, you also have the surprise party planners, and many will go the extra mile to make sure that that surprise truly is that, a surprise. And such a surprise was experienced by a 61-year-old man recently. He clearly thought one thing was going to happen on his special day. As you'll soon discover, though, he experienced something else altogether. It seems likely he is going to remember this birthday surprise for, well, probably the rest of his life. It's a good example of what can happen when our expectations are suddenly shifted to face something we truly did not expect. The man in question arrived at the restaurant for his birthday. Now, of course, that part's not a surprise to anybody. He was planning to go to this restaurant on his own to celebrate the happy occasion. He had planned for people to be there, in fact. And upon arriving, he made it a point to make sure everything was exactly as it should be. Once he had everything set up properly, he sat down, waited for the rest of his guests to arrive. And then he waited some more. And then waited a bit longer after that. And waited. And waited. And so on. Well, after a certain amount of time had passed, people began to wonder what on earth is going on here. They could plainly see this man was waiting for something to happen, and that he was waiting for his party to start. When no one showed up, well, they began to get a bit concerned for this man. I can understand why. And it was at this point that things took a turn for the truly surprising. This is going to be one of the most remarkable surprise birthday party stories you've ever encountered. The man got the surprise of a lifetime. As Ed Viatoro waited for people to arrive and for his party to start, the atmosphere in the restaurant increasingly turned to one of concern and despair. It was becoming very apparent to everybody in the restaurant that something odd was going on here. They weren't sure as to what was going to happen next. Ed continued to simply wait, and time passed slowly. Nobody showed up, and it started to eventually become apparent to him nobody was going to show up at all. And then the remarkable part of the story. When it became clear that nobody was going to come celebrate the old man's birthday, he stood up to address the crowd in the restaurant. Slowly, and with visible presence of tears in his eyes, he asked if anybody might be interested in celebrating the occasion with him. Now, the beautiful part of this story is the fact that no one in the restaurant hesitated for even a moment. They not only joined the man in his birthday party, but they sang, and they gave him the impression that they'd been his family and friends for years. Now, there's no question that Mr. Viatoro had a beautiful experience that day. It's important to look to this the next time you feel a certain measure of despair over the state of the world. It should be clear to you that good people in this world, they're still in abundance, and that good things can still happen. We should also use this story as an indication that our elderly citizens should not be forgotten. especially our elderly family members. They deserve our love and attention. They deserve to have a birthday party that will be extremely well attended. Subscribe for more.